Well, what is summer all about?
Summer is running through the sprinklers in your t-shirt, shoes, and...
Yeah, we all know the song, but I'm not exactly sure how.
So, what do you guys want to talk about? How did this happen? More importantly, who let this happen? Like, I need names, son, okay? How fucking dare y'all let this singular video about Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff get over 5 digits worth of views and double my subscriber count in less than a week and not even have the common decency to let a brother know that that video essay was gonna be what got me out the damn trenches? Cause now I gotta do another one. Feels like I got rookie year LeBron level pressure on this video now, so thanks a lot. Damn.
Hey, don't playing around here.
So, want to talk about Phineas and Ferb or what, bruh?
There's 104 days of...
One of the most creative and successful animated shows of all time. Phineas and Ferb is no doubt a pillar in the history of Disney Channel and generally animation as a whole. Odds are if you're watching right now, it's because you grew up with the show and I'm right there with you. One of my earliest memories in life is seeing there was a sneak peek of a new Disney Channel original series after the High School Musical 2 premiere, and by the time the theme song ended, bro, I was hooked, alright? There's a reason I did the roller coaster episode as the first table read. It's one of, if not my very favorite episodes of the whole show, bar none. Up there with Quantum Boogaloo, Swinter, Dude We're Getting the Band Back Together, and Summer Belongs to You.
Candace, we're in a hurry. Just get on the trike and
There's
we'll go.
no way
Get on the trike!
Thinking about which episodes were my favorite did have me thinking though, because other than Roller Coaster and arguably Swinter, all the episodes that I remember off the top of my head were more so special episodes rather than your casual 11-minute joint. And I feel like I'm not alone in that thought necessarily. But to be fair, I think I chopped that up to the fact that when I was younger, I didn't really watch the show consistently all that much. Granted, it wasn't because I didn't like it. Like I said, I loved Phineas and Ferb for forever. But for some reason, whenever it was on with like a bunch of episodes playing in a row, or if I ever tried binge watching it years later, not gonna lie, there'd only be so much I could take before watching or doing something else. And for years, I could never put my finger on why, but I think I finally figured out the reason. So, with the revival right around the corner in January, I figured I know what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna try and break down the core of Phineas and Ferb and why, format-wise, it may just be the best anti-series you could ever watch. So with the wave of momentum from the fresh fucking Prince by my side and over 25,000 views worth of pressure on this one, this is the unintentional genius of Phineas and Ferb. You know what? Let's go ahead and put a question mark after that unintentional, just in case. So again, if you're watching this, odds are you know the general structure of a Phineas and Ferb episode, right? Exposition gets Phineas an idea. Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. Hey! Where's Perry? Perry finds his way into the lair, which is just under their fucking house, by the way. Like, what the fuck? He gets told by Major Monogram to stalk Dr. Doofenshmirtz. What you doing? Candace gets ready to tell Mom on Phineas and Ferb. Aren't you a little young to do? Yes. Doof traps Agent P and explains the Innator of the week. Phineas and Ferb's invention's finished. Candace gets called crazy by her mom. Perry breaks out and fucks up Dr. Doof. Mom's almost there. Perry escapes with Doof's Innator. Curse you, Perry the Plotter, etc. The Innator fucks up the boy's invention. Mom ends up seeing nothing. But who wants pie? Ferb's one line of the episode. Like almost every episode is structured just like that, and it managed to last 8 years with 129 episodes and 2 movies and counting, my nigga.
It ain't gonna never stop!
And again, for the record, nothing's wrong with that at all. For an animated show with a defined structure like this to work, you gotta like balance it out with creative writing and satisfying visuals, and obviously Dan and Swampy made sure to have both in droves, right? My point though is that at its basic core, if you've seen 1 or 2 episodes of Phineas and Ferb, chances are you've probably seen like minimum 70%. Think about it this way, right? Look at a show like SpongeBob. It has a lot of similar episode structures and settings, like sometimes they're in the Krusty Krab, or sometimes they're at Goo Lagoon, sometimes they're in the general neighborhood or Sandy's Dome, sometimes they're in all of the above in one. But in terms of format, they aren't all one-to-one the way that Phineas and Ferb is, where you can like pinpoint exactly when a line or a scene's about to happen. Not saying that one show is better than the other, of course, but you know, that's just an example of how Phineas and Ferb is very structure-based. And here's the thing, right? What if that's the point? Think about it like this. The big message of the show is that summer is essentially what you make of it, and not to let yourself fall under the realm of boredom, right? I mean, one of the first lines in the show is, "Boredom is something up with which I will not put." So what if that's why the format of every episode was the same? To show that, like, in a way, the show isn't meant to be binge watched, and at a certain point, maybe even watched at all, because it's the same thing over and over again, which is essentially the same as doing nothing at all, contradicting the big message of the show. I feel like it's almost basically them saying, don't just sit there watching us, get up and go do what we do. Go out and make the most of your own summer. You shouldn't watch us have fun as much as you should just go have fun. And if just that explanation alone doesn't prove my point, you gotta remember, right? A whole episode of the show is just dedicated to them recreating the first episode.
That we're gonna be so glad that we didn't sit all day and watch TV.
So, I don't know. If you think about it in that way, Phineas and Ferb might really just be the ultimate anti-show. And it's something I've always thought about too. Like, this is why there were times when I was younger that I wouldn't necessarily want to watch the show episode by episode binge-wise. Because in terms of format, it was the same thing again and again and again. So instead, I'd either watch other stuff or just completely go do something else outside of not realizing the value of the show. But I guess in turn, maybe I did realize the value of the show. And it's ironic because, like, I guess I was doing the wrong thing by not consistently letting myself be as entertained by the experience of the show as I could have been. But also, I guess I was doing the right thing by not spending too much time on the show and creating experiences of my own. Kind of like a wrong equation, right answer type of thing, you know? Because while the whole focal point of the show is based on the summer itself, you can easily replace the word summer with life and get the exact same sentiment on a much grander scale.
What was your favorite part, Phineas?
Of the summer?
Yeah, what was your favorite thing we built?
Memories.
Oh, come on.
Corny.
You know, I think this is why I'm so big on the table reads that I do. And let me stress that this isn't some big pyramid scheme ass advertisement for the table read series, because there'd be a lot more regular show references.
Call that ass lacking, huh, Skips?
But I do value them a lot because while obviously I love the shows that me and my friends make these videos on, it kind of replicates the whole idea of what Phineas and Ferb means to me, and I guess in a sense any show, stream, or video that I've watched as well. Seeing the wild, out of left field, yet clever and comedic shit that came from the show is by all means incredible. Like, I can't stress enough how much I love watching Phineas and Ferb. Just like I love watching SpongeBob, or just like I love watching Hickson, or Some Bros, or Jalen's Fries, or Toonrific Tariq. That's just how entertainment works, you know what I mean? But eventually, I feel like there comes a point where you can't just watch others live their lives and instead, you know, go and do things you want to do. Live a life worth inspiring others to do the same, you feel me?
Do you feel him, sir?
I can't wait for the Phineas and Ferb revival to come out. Like, trust and believe I will be watching. But as far as my own life goes, I'll also be editing and streaming and dropping more videos, maybe, and just having fun the way that these two cartoon characters will want me to. And listen, if this sentiment and this structure was intentional from Dan and Swampy, well, thematically, you couldn't have made a far more genius show if you tried.